time it is? Yes, you do. It's Renovation Nation time. Coming at you from Super Talk 99.7 WTN. That's right. It's another Saturday. Sitting here, adjusting my ears. Oh, yeah. Sitting here today, it's not just going to be me. You're not just going to have to hear me on this Saturday just talk about roofing and perception, perspective, all the things we've been going over the last few weeks. And been getting a lot of views on YouTube on the shorts we're doing and from the shows. It's just little snippets of me, talking about something. And if you miss this show today, or you catch in later, whatever, or want to go back and listen to last week's show, go to YouTube, search A Standard Conversation. It's at A Standard Conversation, one word. And if that doesn't get you there, then search RTM Roofing Nashville, and that will land you there, and watch all you want. There's pretty good little bit of information on there. What else have I got today? I'm a little discombobulated. I'm Chad Rowland, host of this crazy show. That's right. I'll start off with that. The music, I got to fix the music again. There's been some issues, and there's a ground between that computer and me. There's a short in the ground somewhere between the computer and me, and I believe it's me. But I'm going to get it done. I got to calm down a little bit. I'm excited. I'm not the only one in the room today, but I've got to get a few things out of the way. And let's see here. What are we going to get to? The weather. We got some good weather now. There'll still be another little cold snap, just, the here or there, but we're getting good weather. It's time to get your roof looked at. Call RTM Roofing at 615-500-0751, 500-0751, or go to rtmroofing.com. Scroll to the bottom of the page, fill out the contact information. It comes straight to us, right into our system for all your roofing, siding, soffit, fascia, gutters, chimney caps, skylights, and now insulation needs. Attic insulation, blow-in insulation. That's the latest thing that we've jumped on, and I know the guests might not have heard that before, so that's why I'm spitting that out a little bit. But nevertheless, yes, it's spring's here, and it's time to get your roof ready. There's going to be more storms, more weather, more rain, maybe some hail. I don't know. But be ready where you can just keep living your life, because that seems to be a theme me and the guests are talking about. Just live. Just go live your life. You don't have to worry about your roof leaking in on the stuff you own. And I'll remind you that we're still doing our first responders discount. That's active, retired, Gold Star families, medical workers, paramedic drivers, nurses. I always joke, plastic surgeons, we'll talk. And anyone over 62, you get 15% off of any of that. Now, insurance, that's excluded. That's a different beast. But anything retail is 15% off the top. And if you listen to last week's show, we separate ourselves a little differently than others, and we didn't mark it up to mark it down. We put it where it's supposed to, and it's 15% off. Everyone else, you get 10. If you're not a first responder, Gold Star family, medical worker working in the hospital, or 62 or over, then it's 10% off. Well, if you're 62 or over, I'll get off your 15 no matter what. So either way, you get where I'm going. What else is it? I think I was going to get on with the show because I'm excited. It's been a year since I've talked to this guy, at least on air. And it's the name of the show this week is Back to the Strip 2026. We'll find out the themes and all that. But I've got back into the room, Mr. Chris Terry.
How's it going, Chad?
How you doing, big man?
Oh, man, I'm living life large and in charge.
Oh, you looking good. You looking good.
I look good for an old man.
Road's treating you well.
We both in the last couple of weeks have aged another year, which is a blessing.
Yeah, I turned 28. What'd you turn?
29.
Yeah, that's a good year.
We're just a year apart.
That's a good year.
Yeah, it's a good year.
28, 29 good years.
Boy.
There were some fun years.
Whew.
A little crazy, but fun, right?
I could never go back and relive them again.
Oh, right?
Not the way I feel now.
Tell me about it. I know. Well, anyway, it's Back to the Strip, and 2026. And I'm going to start off with a little something right here. I want to read a little something, and you tell me how this is the great interwebs, great chat GPT. I said, tell me about Back to the Strip and the people that are doing it. And mainly I was mentioning you to start with, and then we know about Mary, and of course we'll mention her. But I was like, just tell me, hey, Mr. AI, I want you to tell me who is Back to the Strip, what is Back to the Strip. And here we go. Chris Terry and Mary Walker are really the heartbeat behind Back to the Strip in McMinnville every May. This event is not just about classic cars cruising the Strip. It's built around service, community, and people helping people. Chris has been one of the original driving forces behind the event and is widely known in the community for putting his heart into it. He helps lead the organization, coordinates with volunteers, sponsors, and the city, and keeps the event focused on giving back rather than just putting on a show. Community posts and local coverage consistently point to Chris as one of the founders and major reason the event has stayed strong over the years. Mary Walker plays a major role on the people side of the mission. In the city meeting record, she spoke directly about how the money and food collected are distributed throughout the community, including helping local families with utility bills, gas cards, for cancer treatments, and direct support for families going through hard times. She emphasized that the purpose is to keep the help local and make sure it reaches working families who are often overlooked. One of the strongest examples of their impact came back when Back to the Strip reported collecting 5,000 pounds of food along with $10,000 in gift cards from local partners and directed it all back into the McMinnville community. If you need to know more information about Back to the Strip, well, you need to hang out right now because I'm sitting here with Chris Terry. How was that?
That's pretty good.
So I thought it was. What year is this? We talked about this last year. Is this 4 or 5 for us?
Oh man, about 5.
I think it's 5. I wanted the top 5 when I was doing
I think it's
prep.
5 years that I've been coming down here.
I think it is too. It's crazy.
15 years that Backstrip's been going on. This is our 15th annual.
And I know. It's. I'm gonna call it 5 unless I find something different. But what's going on this year?
Same thing, buddy. We changed a couple years ago and started helping out the middle class people in our community. You have to be a resident in Warren County.
Okay.
And we step in if you've had some kind of tragedy, whether it be a sick kid, whether you've got hurt at work, whether you've got cancer or some loved one that got cancer. No matter how good your insurance is, somebody's out of work. Somebody's traveling back and forth to the doctor. So we step in and pay utility bills. That's gas, water, electric. At this time, we don't pay no internet right now. Don't know that we're going to. That's still up for discussion. We pay them for 6 months. Try to get you back on your feet. That's one less thing you got to worry about.
Well, I could tell you, if I was to put 2 cents in and take it for what it is, that I would think that the internet would be good for one reason, because I've noticed a lot helping some friends and being around some hospitals with Kim and all that. Everything you do there is now electronic and online. And if you're going through that, it might be a little easier if you
well, the way we looked at it is that if we take all this load off of you, internet $60-something.
You've got your other monies that you now can do your other essentials.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, I thought I was jumping right with you on that. That makes sense because it is all computerized now.
Yep.
Everything is. I was down this week with a buddy of mine that was getting rechecked, another checkup. He'd been in an accident, and I said, "Hey, I'll drive you."
We talk about a computer and this, that, and other. This
is the computer. The phone
has 100 times more capability of doing stuff than what NASA had
going to the moon
the first time
from the flat Earth.
Yep. and that strings up a conversation that some people say that we didn't know. Some people say we did go.
But you are right. It is computing power. Just
my dad used to work at the University Space Institute in Tullahoma on Arnold Air Force Base.
Yeah.
And I remember going down there and walking into the computer room. And when I say walked into a computer room,
it was the whole room.
It was a whole room.
Yeah.
Of tapes winding and junk going and air conditioners cooling it and.
Pretty crazy. Now it fits in your hand. I bet you everything they had in that room is probably a smartphone smarter than. Oh, I'll guarantee you what that was computing would be like a flip phone today.
Yep.
Right. But so back on some of the Back to the Strip. Last year, how'd it go last year?
We raised right at $100,000. It's 90-something thousand.
Wow.
Dollars last year.
Is that over the previous years? Did you beat expectations?
Yeah, last year was bigger than we've ever done.
Nice.
We're on track to set another record this year.
Nice.
We have some of the best sponsors We have some of the best team, man, that works on this. I mean, it takes a lot of work to pull this together. I hadn't been as involved in it this year as I normally have been, but there's people in place that take care of it, and I just get my butt chewed for not showing up.
Well, you got you do a lot of things. You like the thing said. You do coordinate a lot. You are pretty much the original founder of it, if I remember right. Meaning, the founder of the idea and getting it moving. And I pulled up some questions I wanted to ask you just to make sure I sort of stay on point and don't squirrel a lot. But I know you've told this before, but for people we're talking back to the Strip. What date is it this year in May?
It's May 2nd this year. It's the first Saturday in May every year until we don't do it no more.
Perfect. And why did you start this? Or what? I know you've told it before, but for people just now listening to you, catching the show this time, how'd this get started?
So if you don't know what backstrip is at all, it's where you go ride around on your car like we used to when we was kids.
In McMinnville, Tennessee.
About every local community had a strip that the kids went out and rode on a Friday and Saturday night. So a bunch of kids got together. I say kids. A bunch of older people got together and went to skating ring and done an old-timey skating thing. Somebody fell and broke their arm.
Well, we're going to leave it right there. We're going to leave it. That's a perfect stopping point. That's a good teaser. That's a good teaser. Somebody broke their arm. I was at the skating rink playing roller hockey and somebody broke their arm one time. But that was back when we was younger. So, sitting here with Chris Terry. May 2nd or 1st. May 2nd. 2026 is going to be back to the Strip, raising money for the locals in McMinnville. Come on back. We're going to jump back into it. You're listening to Renovation Nation. Hey, this is Chad with RTM Roofing and host of Renovation Nation. RTM Roofing's commercial division is looking for you. Are you a property manager? Do you own the building? Are you the business owner? You tired of leaks? You tired of chasing leaks? Call RTM Roofing at 615-500-0751 or go to rtmroofing.com, scroll to the bottom of the page, fill out the contact card, and let us help you out. You know what time it is? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. It's Renovation Nation time. Every Saturday, 11 to 12, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. right here on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Oh, yeah, it's a great day. It's a great Saturday. Seems like spring's coming a little bit. Sitting here today, by the way, I'm Chad Rowland, host of this crazy show, and reminding you that it's time to get your roof inspected. If you didn't do it last year, it's springtime. Get ahead of the curve. Call RTM Roofing at 615-500-0751, 500-0751, or go to rtmroofing.com. Scroll to the bottom. Fill out the contact card. You don't have to click any buttons to scroll to the bottom. Just go to the website, scroll straight down, fill it out, come straight into our office. We schedule it for all your roofing, siding, soffit, fascia, gutters, chimney caps, skylights, and now insulation, attic insulation, blown in, needs repairs and replacements. So there's that. And be sure, if you've missed any of the show today, we're talking Back to the Strip 2026 with Chris Terry. You can go to YouTube, search a standard conversation, or you can hit Facebook. There'll be links there, and LinkedIn and Instagram and all the socials except TikTok. I don't do TikTok. But at the same point in time, you can watch this show from this week. You can watch any of the shows this year, and some a lot from last year. And some of this information, whether it's talking Back to the Strip or some other interviews I've done, or if you need to know some things about roofing and siding and soffit and fascia and gutters and all that good stuff, go there. A lot of information. All right, back to Chris. Now, somebody broke their arm. We're talking about how this started.
We're going to go something. I'm going to go off the cuff just a little bit. Go squirrel for a second, and we'll come back.
It's your show today.
Speaking on checking your roof.
Okay.
Just because you got a metal roof and you think it's a one-time thing, you're done, have it checked, because take, for instance, you have a leak, and the leak comes from the screws back out.
They do back out.
And about whatever 15, 20 years?
It can be 10, it can be 12, if you're 15. It's usually about 10 and above is you're starting to get subject, but you should get it inspected yearly.
They come in, take your old screws out, put a little oversized screw in, screw it back down, good to go.
Good to go. But here's the irony.
RTM roofing on that.
That's true. But here's the catch of that is that it takes about a minute and a half to change the screw.
Mm-hmm.
There's about, on average, 1,000 to 3,000 or 4,000 on it. It is a little pricey.
It is
a little pricey, but it is a metal roof, and it was a high ticket price to start with. When you go to maintenance a $60,000 car, it's not going to be $100. When you go to maintenance,
you talking about? You said a $60,000 car. What did you buy? A go kart?
No, I didn't. That was okay.
You was living in past time.
$600,000 car. I'm just saying though, it is but. You get another 10 to 15 years. You're not just getting another year.
Yep.
And there's caulking and just getting it looked at. That's 100% right. Thanks for that.
Had a leak this year, the last couple of weeks, and it was simply for screws backing up.
I don't know if we got a call. I have to check with the office. I don't remember going to your house. No. Some people can do it themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're a handy guy, and that's what I tell people. If you know how to get on your roof, that's fine. But most people, it's like, don't get on your roof.
Don't get on it.
It's not worth it. It's not worth breaking your neck or your ankle or killing yourself.
Speaking of breaking a neck, broke an arm.
Oh,
at the skating ring.
I
didn't. Mm-hmm. Some girl stood up, broke her arm, and I said, if God wanted me to have wheels on, he'd put them on from start. Now, I used to be a pretty good roller skater back when we used to skate out in Newtown at the wooden skating ring.
I remember that.
Had cedar post holding it up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So at that same time, I was putting my brother's truck together that passed away in 1990. And I looked at it and I said, boy, I'd like to ride the strip like we did when we was kids. Mm-hmm. And I must have been turning 40 because it's been 15 years ago when this went on. And called Brad Bowden and talked to him about, because he had some friends that had cars and we was going to meet. And it was going to be a little bitty 8 or 10 people meet up at Red Food, which is what we called it. It's WDG now. Go eat at Chicken Chef.
Yep.
Which, man, if you ain't never been to Chicken Chef, you need to go.
Yep.
And ride the strip. And it just blew up. Just absolutely. The kids got mad because I made a post that said, we're going to go out and show these youngins what it's like to take over the strip. Well, that fired them up. It fired up the old people. And here we are 15 years later with a car show. Not a car show.
So when did you go? When did you see the ability of going, wait a minute, there's something here now? And
I didn't never want to do a charity. I will put that out
How
there.
did that come to play then? That's what I'm getting at.
Mary Walker was set up to call me.
Mary?
Yep. Mm-hmm. And I chewed her out when she called me. I said, no, everything's for a charity in McMinnville. I don't want to do a charity. I just want to go right around and have a good time.
Yeah. I don't need another job.
Well, then I called her back and I said, look, yeah, we could probably turn this into something big. And we helped out Meals on Wheels for several years. Mm-hmm. And after we felt like we got them stable, we seen another need in the community to help out the middle class, and I'll speak on that. So you got rich people and you got poor people, and I'm not talking about any of the classes in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Mm-hmm. But rich people have enough money.
Yep.
The poor people get a lot of assistance.
Yep.
The middle class people don't.
No, they're stuck between the rock and the hard place.
So that's the ones that we stepped in and tried to take a little bit of load off them. We're not being picking and choosing. We're not, in any way. That's just the people that we're trying to add a little.
Just help, just a hand up, not a hand out.
That's exactly our motto.
Yeah.
You have to be on the program. You have to be capable of eventually going back to work. Mm-hmm. You have to have been working at the time. There's several things that you have to pass through to. It's
like when we grew up. I remember at one point in time, my mom would go to Lentz's at 9 p.m., 8, 9, almost late, because she had food stamps. Just for the period to what she needed, and then until she could get back on her feet doing what she needed to do.
Yep.
That's the deal. That's the goal. That's what most of these they're not handouts, whatever you want to call it. It is just, hey, it's a temp. It's like, this is when you're down, here's your little, let me help you for a second, and now get back doing what you're doing.
I hope that if I speak on this, I don't hurt nobody's feelings at all, but my son's mother used the system for exactly what you're supposed to do. She went to college, become a registered nurse, took all the assistance that the government would allow her to get, and become a registered nurse, and it's off the system. That's what you're supposed to do.
That is.
I've been to government places where the people said, yeah, I growed up right here with my mom and dad, and I got me an apartment over here. And they're perfectly fine with that. And I don't.
Everybody's different.
Everybody's different.
Me and Kim talk about it all the time. Me and a bunch of people talk about it all the time. It's amazing how many and if you're happy doing whatever you're doing,
sometimes they're happier than we are.
That had the conversation yesterday. Same thing, and I'm not judging. Don't judge.
I'm not judging.
Don't judge it, because it doesn't really matter where someone's at a lot of the times. Only from your eyes. I've had a couple shows called Perspective and Perception. Everybody's perception is usually different than the perspective of the person they're looking at. They're not in their shoes. They're not live their life, right? But what I'm just overall though is that I don't want to scroll too much off on that, but it's interesting that some of the people that you would perceive are unhappy are the happiest in the world, and the people you perceive that are happy are miserable. I perceive
that Mike Grissom is not happy because, let's face it, he walks to work nearly every day.
Well, him just running for Congress is a cry for help.
It's a cry for help.
It's a cry for help.
Period.
He needs the attention. He's not happy. He's
only going to be the congressman of Urban College, though.
The cattle, just the cows out there. Yeah. He had a picture the other morning on Facebook of some eggs and sunrise.
Yeah, and a piece of sausage, and I was like, really?
I like, look at that AI picture.
I bet he had to cook all of that himself.
Oh, he'll send me pictures sometimes in the morning of an egg. I'm already on egg 2. I'm like,
ask him who makes the best chocolate gravy, even though he went and entered his in a competition. But
I've heard about the chocolate gravy.
Well, he got some of Big Daddy's this Christmas.
Oh,
and
he talks about it, but he'll send me pictures, but I've never received any yet.
Well, maybe me and him need to.
If he wants my vote, I need to sample some of this.
Need to test it, right?
That's right. And yeah, it's
squirrel.
The music's coming in, and any other time it would just be a nice flow. But yeah, sitting here with Chris Terry, talking Back to the Strip 2026, and we come back. We're gonna talk about who's sponsoring. How do you sponsor? How do you even donate? What do you donate? You're listening to Renovation Nation live on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. As the man said, see you in 3. Hey, this is Chad Rowland with RTM Roofing. Are you the type of person that takes pride in your home? Let RTM Roofing help with the exterior, with your roof, with your siding, with your soffit, fascia, your gutters, your chimney caps. Home insulation now too. Call RTM Roofing at 615-500-0751 or go to rtmroofing.com, scroll to the bottom and fill out the contact card. Let RTM Roofing help you get ready for summer. You know what time it is? It's Renovation Nation time. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Coming at you live from Super Talk 99.7 WTN. I'm Chad Rowland, host of this crazy show. And it's a good show today. We're raising money. We're raising awareness. We're raising... Oh, I'm sorry, I bleeped that out. No, sitting here with Chris Terry today. We're talking back to the Strip. And is there a theme this year, Chris?
What do you mean thing?
I know the one was May the 4th because it was actually on May the 4th, and it was Star Wars theme.
Actually, Route 66
is the theme this year.
Well, it's Route 56.
I've still got
because that's actually what road the Strip is Route 56.
Where did I'm leaning away, but it was here somewhere. It must have fallen. I've still got my card that you guys sent me. It was Mary or somebody sent me a thank you card. And matter of fact, I got a message this week. I can't remember if it was yesterday, maybe, but this week.
Stuff's ready.
Yeah. And I was like,
if I'd have been a good co-host,
you brought them last time. I remember that.
I'd have brought them.
It's all good.
I can bring them.
I still got to come down and pay for them, so I think I'll get down there and I'll see Mary and everybody down there at where's Mary at? What's the name of her company? Because she does
Springs Road.
Say it again. I'm sorry, I was talking.
2329 Faulkner Springs Road, Custom Vinyl Signs.
Custom Vinyl Signs.
That is the headquarters of all your sign brochures, shirts, postcards, anything you need. Basically, in any ways, banners, whatever. And it's the headquarters of Back to the Strip.
Yeah, no, and it's amazing work they do. They're really good.
They are.
They're really, really good, and not just for this, but just anything they print.
6 or 7 years ago, 8 years ago, you know how time flies. Mm-hmm. They bought a big, fancy, automated shirt press that does the shirts, puts the ink on the shirts.
Yep.
And I was down there the other day, and I was telling them, I said, how many years that thing been here? And I forgot how many years it was, and I said, that thing looks like a brand new one, because if you know Mary's husband, Eric.
I don't.
Eric's OCD to the fullest extent.
So that thing's maintained and cleaned, and
it looks like it rode off the showroom floor.
It's like a drag strip engine. They break it down every race, right? Yep. Rebuild it every race.
Yep.
Isn't that wild?
Eric is so OCD that he went to buy a brand new lawnmower, and he made him order him one in the crate. He didn't want one that was sitting outside.
You know, I can respect that. I can actually respect that.
He said, when y'all get one in the crate, and I can unbox it and put it inside because my lawnmower's not setting out.
That's pretty detailed.
That's pretty detailed. That's Eric.
But you know how people are, though. You know, people are crazy, and people always don't do what they do and do it right. Some do, some don't. I had a thing about McDonald's, you know. I said, RTM Roofing, you know, everybody that comes out to see your roof, whether it's me or any of my guys, it should be like going to McDonald's. You know, that's McDonald's kick. You go get a Big Mac, you can get a Big Mac anywhere in the country where there's a McDonald's. But the reality of it is humans are involved, and some Big Macs might be cold. Others might be hot and perfect. But yet the idea is you should be getting the same service. If franchising is what it's called. Yep. If I make X and I make X here or make X in California, it should be the same X. That's a great commercial. But the reality of it, right? And like the reality of this, of Back to the Strip. Yeah, it's fun, it's riding. People can do it anywhere. But what they're not doing that you guys are doing is raising money for people that need a hand up, not a handout. And how can, I know you've probably already filled up the sponsors this year and all of that, but can people still that are listening to this show donate? You know,
yes,
even though they're not in Matt Melville, not coming to ride the Strip, what do they do?
You can call 931-668-3372 and speak with somebody down there. You can speak with Mary or Teresa or Raven.
Okay.
And
who all is the crew now? I mean, I don't want to leave anybody out. I know that gets complicated sometimes, but who's the core? Who's core people? And I know you and Mary.
Me and Mary, Liam Brewer, Leslie Hayes. God, I hope I don't forget nobody.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry I didn't mean to put you on that, but
we added 2 new this year. We added Carla Savage and Elaine Lawson. Okay, can we edit this part and let me count for a second?
There's no editing. No, we're live, baby. There's no editing. But we'll come back to it. We'll think about it. We still got a whole other segment
Teresa
after this.
Stoner.
Okay, Teresa. Yep. They need a shout out. That's why
Leslie Hayes, Liam Brewer, Carla Savage, and Elaine Lawson. There should be 7. Is that 7?
2, 4. I got 2, 4, 5. And you and Mary. And Mary.
So that makes 7?
That is 7.
That's us.
Okay.
Whew.
Well, there it is. So you did good.
Man.
You did good. You didn't need your spectacles, as you called them earlier, for that. But so
worst thing I do is hurt somebody's feeling by forgetting somebody.
Okay, that leads me to this. What are the biggest challenges behind the scenes? Everybody sees, like, it's like going to a concert. You see the show going on, right? And it looks almost more than not perfect. But there's a lot more work that goes into it to make it look like that. What does that look like with Back to the Strip?
Calling all the people to get the sponsorships and then making sure that they get the product that we offered them for their sponsorship to them and the money collected is with the technology we have today, we ought to have a simpler plan, but we don't have a simpler plan.
Still takes legwork, doesn't it?
Still takes a bunch of legwork, and I've got to get my hats off to the girls down there that do that.
And people volunteering their time, right?
And then
Is that correct?
Then there's once a month that all year long that Teresa writes all the checks to all these utility companies for the people that are on the program. So everybody says, "Oh, y'all want to have another one? You want to do this? You want to do that?" Look, man.
Right. Yeah, I know. I
mean,
it's a full-time job.
It's a full-time job.
And people have jobs.
And then, like, all the ads that we write. So, at a certain level of sponsorship, you get a Facebook ad. Now, you're at that level of sponsorship that you got a Facebook ad.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Okay.
You could have run it. You run it under RTM Roofing. You could have run it under Renovation Nation. You could have run it Mike Grissom for Congress. You could have run it as Chad Rowland.
Any ad I want, so what you're saying.
Any ad you wanted, as long as it's
polite, appropriate. That's right.
So we've had a little discussion here lately about political people running for office.
Oh, there's a lot of politicking going on, isn't there?
They bought ads. They bought a sponsorship. With that sponsorship come an ad. That does not mean that we as a whole of Back to the Strip is supporting one political candidate.
I always say RTM Roofing's neutral to politics. Money's green.
Money's green.
And as long as you're not a blankety blank, I choose to do business with you or not. As long as you're respectful and vice versa, right? It's a mutual deal. You're saying, so what I'm hearing you say, though, folks, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but what I'm hearing you saying is anybody can do an ad about anything they want within the limitations of normality.
Yes.
of just,
Keep it clean.
Yeah.
You can run an ad for anything in the world.
You be selling fishing worms.
Yes. Just because we run an ad for a specific candidate only means that they bought a sponsorship to advertise and they donated money to our event.
But doesn't that mean that everybody now has to have somebody to blame for something they don't like? Yeah, it's a representation of you because Johnny puts an ad out for Bubba that's running for whatever he's running for, and Sally doesn't like Bubba.
This year's been the worst, though. All the years before that we've done this, like every 4 years you get political stuff in McMiffle.
Right, just like everywhere. Just like everywhere.
Every 4 years cycle.
2 and 4.
All of the people running for office and stuff come out and they support Back to the Strip. Now, they support it other times a year too, but they buy ads and they buy sponsorship stuff. For some reason this year, we struck a nerve in some people that if it wasn't the candidate that they liked, they decided to pop off and say that we was choosing sides. We was not.
Yeah, isn't that how politicized it's gotten just overall? It's not just Matt Mimble. Not squirreling again, but slightly. But it's the whole, it's a shebang, the whole shebang. And it blows my mind. I don't understand.
What blows my mind is if we run an ad for a candidate that they like, they don't say nothing.
Oh, no. Well, it's like I always say, bad news always travels faster than good. But
I tell you what they done. I'm gonna use this $18 word and get it right. Algorithm. The algorithm. They sure made ours go up good.
Well, see, that's what the algorithms do. And they're programmed a lot of times, or maybe they are, maybe they're not. It sure seems coincidental that if you don't like something, all of that starts popping up on your feed, keeping you riled up, right? And if you like something, you got to go search for it. And it's also, what they say, it takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile.
100%.
So that's what I'm getting at. I'm not a conspiracy guy. I ain't got tinfoil hat on my head, but 1 + 1 is 2. And if you know how to grow up and be working on a farm and you got cattle out 2 a.m., it's common sense. The fence is down.
Here's the best thing I can tell you that if you felt the need to get on our Facebook ads and gripe about it, step up.
Yeah.
Buy you an ad. And campaign against that person.
Donate more.
If you feel that strongly,
what they say, what's the old school saying? Your money's where your mouth is.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what I'm telling them.
Yeah.
Shut up and dip into your pocket because them people did to get that ad on there. And if you don't like them, then campaign for the other person against them is all I can tell you.
I'll give you a positive note to Back to the Strip. That's why I still invite you here. Not just you. I mean, I've known you forever. But the Back to the Strip, for me to even be involved in that, is that the money goes where it's supposed to go. Now, there is some overhead that you've got to have.
Yep.
Right? Because but overall, it's not 97.3% left to give. It's more like, I don't know the number, 5%,
I don't know the numbers
10%.
either, but
it's not 50-50.
Take your sponsorship.
Yep.
So I don't know. I think you've got like 6 or 12 shirts. I don't know what level, and then you got a banner and stuff. Well, that cost us money.
Yeah. You're just trying to break even.
But past that, all of that goes strictly to help people in Warren County.
Sitting here with Chris Terry, Back to the Strip, May 2nd, McMinnville, Tennessee, raising money for people that need a hand up, not a handout in McMinnville. All the money goes there. And we're going to come back. If we don't squirrel, see you in 3. Hey, this is Chad with RTM Roofing and host of Renovation Nation. RTM Roofing's commercial division is looking for you. Are you a property manager? Do you own the building? Are you the business owner? You tired of leaks? You tired of chasing leaks? Call RTM Roofing at 615-500-0751 or go to rtmroofing.com, scroll to the bottom of the page, fill out the contact card, and let us help you out. You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's Renovation Nation time. I like that. That's pretty good. I might have to use that one for the rest of the time. Yes, we're back. We're back live on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. I'm Chad Rowland, host of this crazy show. Coming at you from the undisclosed location of Studio 378 up on the hill, but going out the airwaves and interwebs on Super Talk 99.7 WTN, and also you can find us on YouTube after the show. This show will be loaded up in the next day and a half. And if you missed it or missed any of the other shows, go back and check it out. A lot of information there. And you don't have to read it. I hate reading stuff. I'm lexdyslexic. I'm not dyslexic. I'm lexdyslexic. I even reverse that.
About a minute and a half.
Yeah. And then I'm thinking something else, but I'm 10 pages in.
Yeah.
And I'm still thinking about something that was on page 1 and already ran all those scenarios. Yeah. But we're sitting here. It's Back to the Strip 2026. And right before we're leaving the last segment, I'm sitting here with Chris Terry and raising money for people of McMinnville, Tennessee. And it's money. Chris, that leads me to some other questions to get into. How can people, whether they already have or haven't, donate? What do they donate? Money, food, what's the deal?
You can, like I said earlier, you can call down Customino at 931-668-3372. You can make a monetary donation anytime throughout the year. We would love to have it set up to where people could donate each month. Mm-hmm. And we're working on that. We're a work in process 15 years in a row. But if you didn't get an ad and you didn't get on the back of the shirt and stuff,
the sponsorship stuff, right?
You can still buy a sponsorship. I mean, you can still donate. You can, your name just won't be on the back.
Yeah. Some people don't want their name on the back.
There is some people that
private Santas, what they call them, whatever. Yeah.
Yep. They donate and don't really want nothing for it.
Yeah. Good for them.
Which is really good for us, because if you don't take the product, we sell the shirt, more money, 100% profit then. That
goes to what you're going to.
Yep.
Now, food. Now, I know we talked about earlier that you've adjusted this over the years. Is people still dropping off food?
Yeah, they're still dropping off food. All the industrial size food.
The number 10 cans?
Yep. We still donate that to Meals on Wheels. There's people being bags of flour and big bags of rice stuff. Mm-hmm. Donate that to Meals on Wheels. All of your household food, like raviolis or chicken noodle soup.
This is what everybody's got in their pantry, on average.
We take that to a local food group. We pick a different one each year.
Good.
And we take it to, in the years past, we took it to the senior center. We've took it to the Warren County Food Bank. We've took it to ministries that help. So We just pick up.
It's getting out there.
It's getting out there.
In Warren County, Tennessee.
Everything that we raise is 100% donated back to the community.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It should start being chapters. Each county ought to have something like that.
And nobody's on payroll.
Yeah.
That's the next thing.
Everybody's got a job, but this isn't their main job.
Nope. There's nobody drawing a check from Back to the Strip. It's all volunteer. And it's a lot of time for a lot of people.
Yes, it is. We've talked a lot. I got another thing now. Okay, if you want to donate, if you're not going to make it to Back to the Strip on May 2nd, 2026 in McMinnville, Tennessee, you can donate. And how do you do it? You're going to call 931-668-3372.
Or call Chad Rowland at RTM Roofing.
You can do that too, and I'm going to direct you there.
He'll pass you through.
But like we've been doing at RTM Roofing, trying to streamline a little better, if you don't want to go through the middle to get to there and go straight to the source, you call 931-668-3372, and they'll give you all the information you need to whatever you want to give. And if you don't have money and you got some food, give the food. Anything. I mean, of course, you want more cash because that's what you're doing now, helping pay bills for people and things like that. But people still got to eat.
Yep.
And yes. So,
I think we have a QR code. I cannot like 100%, but I'm pretty sure we have a QR code that we need to get up on our website.
Well, when you call 931-668-3372, they'll let you know. And go to Facebook, Back to the Strip, and you'll see it all. What does McMinnville mean to you personally through this event?
That's my home, man.
Yep.
I ain't going nowhere. I see people that move off and do this and do that, and of course, I drive a tour bus for a living, and everybody asks, what's the prettiest part of the country that you see? Home.
100%. I was telling, I think it was Trent the other day, it's not a vacation. I just need to get away for enough time that I'm ready to be back home.
Well, we're fixed to take a 19-day motorcycle ride to the West Coast.
That's brutal.
I'm either going to come back a certified motorcycle guy or sell everything I got. It's got two wheels.
Or a back brace. I don't know. That's a lot of setting up. I mean, you think like, it'd be fun, but that's different than riding in a car.
We're leaving May 19th, get back June 7th.
West Coast?
West Coast.
We're taking 40 or just back roads?
We're going to take 40 to Flagstaff. Over to yep.
Well, you go to Texarkana, and then
we're going to stay in Flagstaff on Thursday night, and then we're going over to Kingman, Arizona. That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
Hit Route 66.
Okay.
Go up through Mojave Desert, Death Valley, Yosemite, Sequoias.
That's interesting because the theme is a Route 66 theme on the shirts, I'm assuming, or the overall for this year. You really have great shirts. I mean, I love the May the 4th, the Star Wars look. It messes with what I call the Star Wars nerds.
Yeah.
And hey, not knocking them. I like Star Wars, but they see it. They spot it a mile away.
Mile away. I still think the best shirt that we've ever had, which is our logo now, is the KDF knockoff.
Oh, 100, that too. I got the sticker right behind me right here, right? And that is good. That really is good. We got a little bit of time left today. What shout outs? I know if you get talking sponsors, you want to name them all. Do you know how many you had this year? I know because the shirts fill up. It's hundreds.
Hundreds.
Yeah, it's hundreds.
I wouldn't even have a guess. I'm sure Mary or one of them down there know what's like, but I wouldn't. I'd almost bet if you asked them point blank, they'd have to look.
Well, it's like the Star Wars intro where it's telling you in a galaxy far, far away, and it keeps scrolling and scrolling. That's what the back of the shirts look like. You start with some headliner sponsors.
I can tell you our longest corporate sponsor.
Okay.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Nice. Good. Shout out to them.
Yeah. O'Reilly's is our longest corporate sponsor, and we have many.
Now, is that what's right across from the old junior high? I think it's Summers. Where are they at?
No, O'Reilly's is down. You remember where Smitty's? Smitty's Drive-In. You remember where Wizards Records, where WT's used to be at?
Oh, okay. So it's on the McMinnville Highway. On the Manchester McMinnville Highway.
No, where it splits to go to Walmart.
Yes.
As soon as it splits right there. Used to be a Brewer Amusement there.
That's where they're at? Okay. I didn't know that.
There used to be Hoyt Wheeler's alternator shop.
Okay. Well, shout out to O'Reilly's. Good for y'all. Good for y'all stepping up. Number one.
Yeah, they've been over 10 years. I think they come on board the second or third year.
Good for them.
And they've been a corporate sponsor ever since.
I was talking on one of these shows a while back that, RTM Roofing, I like giving money where I know where it goes.
100%.
Back in the day it was what it was, but nowadays the way this world is, you don't know what's real on the computer anymore. You don't know what's real anywhere anymore sometimes, and it's good seeing where it goes. And that's why if this is the 5th time we're doing it, I'm in year 5. And I'll be, as long as I'm here next year, it'll be year 6 and 7, as long as y'all keep doing it. Because I know you well enough, and I'd like to come down maybe and get some footage or something, just for in general of what y'all do, because it really does need promoted. It really needs promoted somehow, that people they hear it, but seeing it, like you say, you believe 99% of what you see.
What was that? Nick Breezy? What's his name? Nick
Bergazzi or whatever.
No,
the comedian?
No, the news guy that comes around and
yeah.
I think his name's Nick Breezy.
Yeah, they all on Facebook. Everybody always tries to. Yeah.
He needs to step up.
We need to bombard him a little bit.
Come on down.
Maybe we do that. Well, hey, May 2nd, McMinnville, Tennessee. Sitting here with Chris Terry. Thank you, Chris, for coming back. And
10 to 2 car show.
10 to 2 car show.
Northgate.
Get there early. Just show up at 8 a.m. Start riding around.
Yeah.
It's an all-day, all-evening event. Donate. Do what your heart tells you. Thanks, big man. I'll be seeing you.
I'll be seeing you.
And we'll see all y'all next week. You're listening to Renovation Nation. We'll see you. Thanks for watching Renovation Nation. Hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and share button.